Hi, this is my response video to Coder Monkey on this video about the prisoner dilemma in role-playing games. The prisoner dilemma is basically the dilemma that arises when the player characters take prisoners in the game, and they have to come to some kind of a decision on what to do with the prisoners, and the dilemma arises when they can't come to a conclusion. So I, for one, think that this is an interesting thing to have in a group, because I like the moral discussions between the characters, and I think that really gives interesting depth to the campaign. So I actively try to get those kinds of things in my campaigns. But what I really want to talk about more is alignment. I don't want to have a discussion about alignments really, I just want to pose an alternative way of thinking about alignments. So the traditional way of thinking about alignments is that it's a label on the character that defines how the character acts, how the person is, what kind of person that character is. But instead of seeing it like a label like that, I pose that you instead see it as a reputation with the divines or the higher powers. So it's how the gods, how the higher powers perceive that character as being. So, for example, a paladin would have to have a lawful good alignment, because the gods would have to perceive the character as being lawful good in order to see that person as being worthy of being given these powers that a paladin gets. And the same with an assassin. It has to be evil for those gods or higher deities or higher powers to see that assassin as worthy of getting the assassin powers. And the way I see it is that this keeps the rules intact, so you can have the alignments, which is an integral part of Dungeons and Dragons, but at the same time opens up the potential for the characters to be played as the player wants to play the character, instead of just having a label that forces the player to play the character the way that that label says that they should be acting. So, I mean, you had an example with the neutral good player that would, what was it, burn down an orphanage to kill that evil character. That would not necessarily be a problem. You would just be playing your character the way you want to play your character. And if that changes the alignment, because the gods perceive that character differently, well, that would be up to the GM, or DM. So, I mean, you would still have the same thing, where the DM would warn the player, like, okay, this could be perceived as an evil act, just so that you're aware of it, but it's still not something that would be breaking the character. So, yeah, I would love to hear what you have to say about this, or anyone else. So, yeah, see you around.